happened this year, but autumn really came out of nowhere for me. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing a little autumn wish list slash style choices I'm excited to dabble with this season. We kind of have a slow transition into the cooler weather. Today is the first day that I'm wearing a pair of jeans. I'm just kind of taking autumn in its stride. I'm not going to be switching out my whole wardrobe. Just a little note, this is not necessarily a trend-based video, although trends may feature. There we go. Let's get into the things that I'm going to be looking forward to wearing this autumn. The first thing that I am going to be on the hunt for at the thrift stores are waterfall jerseys. This is a highly specific looking cardigan jersey. I'm not talking about the one that falls down, sort of like it's been cut into a square and then it's got a V and then that like hangs down. I'm talking about the ones that have got a ruffle, kind of cascades down like a waterfall. I've seen a few of these here and there, but I've never quite seen one in the thrift store charity shop that kind of ticks the boxes for me. I just really like these. I think they're so whimsical looking. They just add a really nice texture, little extra feature to your outfit. Personally would really like to get these in like a few colors. I know that's wishful thinking since I can't even find one at this stage, but I would love to get a black one. I would love brownie maroon kind of color, a plummy purple. If I can get the first two, that would obviously be enough. I've actually been wanting one since last season, so that just goes to show that I haven't been very lucky, unfortunately, with finding this, but fingers crossed, I'm going to be on the lookout for one of these jerseys. Next on my list is to be more creative with my hair and makeup. I kind of do the same thing a lot. I tend to fall back on the same thing a lot, especially with makeup. I have tried to be creative and like try new things, but sometimes I think there's like trying something new that's still within your like bounds of what you know suits you, and then just like going ham. So what I'm more talking about is playing with cute eyeliner designs. I've also been really enjoying the look of colored mascara, and instead of doing just a black brow, making it a little hint of purple, blue, or even like the burgundy sort of vibe. I think it looks really cute and whimsical. Also with lipsticks and stuff. Today I tried my freckle tool brush and I used that as a lip liner, and it actually worked so well. Like, I think for the past 2 or 3 years, I have pretty much been doing one hairstyle. I know that is kind of hectic. I just thought this was the hairstyle that worked, but for some reason when I've been doing it lately, it just doesn't hit the same way for me. I've been really wanting to branch out with my hairstyles, basically just like do something different. Changing up one's hair or makeup can really transform the way a outfit, maybe it's even an outfit that you've worn a lot, you're looking for ways to change it up, then I think experimenting a little bit with hair and makeup can be a great way of doing that. And that is not season dependent. You could do this any time of the year, anytime you're feeling like you needing a little bit of a spruce, a little bit of shaking it up, keeping it fresh. This is a great way to do it without getting anything permanent or changing anything permanently. All right, the next thing is more of a DIY. I am going to be dyeing my old garments. This goes back all the way to my closet clean out of I think 2024, hopefully. There were quite a few pieces put into my sell pile purely because the colors weren't right, but everything else was fine. Just thinking more specifically, there's this one jersey that I thrifted. I love everything about it. It's super whimsical, it's cozy, it's comfy, I like the shape, but it was just a little bit too pink for me and a little bit too bright. Why am I going to be selling something that literally ticks every single box except for the color? I am just going to try and dye it. I will dye it 10 times if that's what it takes, but I'm not going to let go of my clothes because there's one thing that I don't like about them. I'm kind of going to be like revisiting some of those old clothes because, spoiler alert, I did not get rid of everything. I did give what I was going to give to charity. I did manage to sell some stuff, so that's great, but there was some stuff that, you know, I looked at it afterwards, I'm like, good thing I did. Like, I just put it into a cupboard and I'm like, I'll deal with you later when it resurfaces in my mind and I go, can actually do something with that. That's a really good sign and makes me personally feel better about the potential of my wardrobe, not being so quick to get rid of stuff that doesn't fit the brief entirely. If it has got some things that you like, maybe give it another chance. Who knows? Okay, so this is also more on the DIY front. I've probably said this one before, but not maybe like followed through on it. Adding safety pins, badges, pins, and all that kind of stuff to items that are cool, but they're lacking something. And I have found that with a lot of my pieces that are hand-me-downs, or they've got that cool vintage feel, but it just needs a little bit of love, a little bit of attention to make it a bit fresher and maybe a bit more aligned to my style. Just adding easy little DIYs that can easily be removed and customize it as you want to. This one I've probably also mentioned in the past, but it's still very relevant for me, and I think this is like a very personal preference. I am just personally, in terms of silhouettes, I'm really enjoying more of an A-line silhouette over a bodycon silhouette. I've gone through phases with bodycon silhouettes where I will really enjoy a tighter bodycon skirt, but I've noticed that throughout the years I slowly have been moving away from bodycon, and every time I put one on, and maybe even I do feel good in that moment, I look back on, let's just say I took a video or photo, I'm not completely obsessed with it. This is just like specifically for dresses and skirts. I personally am going to be moving more towards, and just paying attention when thrifting, moving more towards A-line silhouettes, just because I think that that looks more flattering on my body. I feel more comfortable. I really like that it gives 1960s schoolgirl look. I think that's really fun to play with, especially in autumn, winter time. It's like a dark academia sort of look. The next thing that I am enjoying is also silhouette based, and that is baby doll tops and dresses. I've definitely noticed a rise in popularity of this look. These silhouettes and these kinds of dresses on tops look really, really good with specifically bootleg jeans or bootleg pants. The silhouettes just complement each other. Adding like some really chunky shoes brings it more into 2025 rather than pairing it with ballet flats or something, which I think we would have seen in the earlier 2010s. I'm about to say something maybe a little controversial, but I don't care. I'm going to say it anyway. I also see these silhouettes working kind of well with skinny jeans. I know skinny jeans, you either love them or you hate them. I actually find that more often than not, people hate them. I definitely think that there is a way to go about the skinny jean. I am planning to attempt this in autumn of 2025, winter of 2025. I want to see if I can bring my skinny jeans back into resurgence. I have a vision in my head. It goes along with the sort of like baby doll kind of cutesy silhouette on top. I am definitely having a nostalgic moment from early 2010s Tumblr grunge fashion. That is what I'm going to be wanting to try this season. Wear the skinny jeans as more of a layering piece, less of a feature. So what I mean by that is, I don't know if anyone else did this, I'm sure you did, but wearing skinny jeans with crop tops or baggy t-shirts and that kind of thing. Hell no to the crop tops. That ain't gonna happen. It's gonna be a bit of a like experimentation because actually might be a complete flop. So I'm gonna have to try some things on, but it's been on my mind basically. I also think that the baby doll tops and dresses could also look really cute with a flared culotte sort of bottom, velvety or textured or something. A very sweet doll-like feminine sort of look, but then you could add that juxtaposition by adding more chunky jewelry, chunky shoes, that sort of stuff. And next up, this one is also nothing new, but it's one of those essentials that really elevates your wardrobe. I always get kind of excited to wear these when the cooler months come, and that is stockings and tights, very specifically patterned and funky colored tights. I have definitely said this before, but I really want to look for some green ones. I think that could be so nice, like a forest green. I'm also on the lookout for lacy tights, a pair of those stripy tights. The thing that I realized that I have been making a mistake with for a while now, thinking the climate where I live doesn't get cold enough to wear jackets, but I have been confusing myself. I don't know how this happened, but I have been thrifting and buying coats. Now, yes, coats are not the most versatile in a warmer climate, but jackets generally, they work great. It's top of mind that I'm looking for jackets, not coats. Okay, jackets are a lot more tailored, fitted, and a lot less fabric. Coats are a lot more bulky. I see fur, I see Afghan style, I see something with a hood, very insulated, and I do like the look of tailored jackets. I have found some examples on Yaga. Maybe you guys can give me a little bit of what you think I should buy. I really am looking for this Victorian style jacket. Just love the fact that it looks so neat, but it has such cute button features and the seams. Then I would also like to thrift a velvet jacket, this tying into a more gothic Victorian sort of look. Also love to find a corduroy jacket. The length is an important one. And then a leather bomber jacket, specifically a vintage one, something that looks a little bit worn, oversized, something not too big. Lastly, a swing jacket, specifically the ones with the round buttons, a little bit doll-like, I think like very 1960s. I really like the look of those. And these are all going to be things that I thrift. If I can't find it, we'll wait until we can, you know? I am definitely very late to the party with this one, but they're just so cute and I don't know how or why I don't have one yet. That is the skinny scarf, but specifically a very long one, like one that comes basically down to the knee. That would be amazing. I am thinking that I might just make one. Can you crochet a skinny scarf, or is it better to knit one? I haven't knitted in a very, very long time, so I don't know how that would go, but maybe that is something that I would try. I do have knitting needles, I do have wool and stuff. I really, really love mohair kind of texture. Maybe something that is multi-colored but muted, earthy colors. Also really like the idea of a stripy one. We'll see if I get into knitting this season, but if not, maybe find out if it's something you can crochet. The next thing that I actually really want, I'm even a bit surprised about it myself because I did not see this being a revival for my taste, is a poncho. I just think they look so elegant and also comfortable. I'm honestly a bit picky about this one, so it's got to have a few key features. It's got to be black, it's got to be a wool. I don't want anything with a high neck. I want it to have tassel fringe knot things. It has to be the correct length. No short ponchos. If not, thigh length, knee length. Crucial that it's long enough to be successful for layering. You can easily get that layered look without the extra bulk and the overstimulation of having a bunch of different jerseys or tops stacked on top of each other, which some days is less bearable than other days. I love this for that extra bit of warmth and a really cool layer on top. Definitely going to be on the lookout in the thrift store for one of these. I love Mary Janes, but again, I am very, very picky. Quite honestly, if I don't find the perfect pair, I'm not going to bother buying something that doesn't meet this need. When I first saw the tabby Mary Janes, like so many other people thought they were really strange, not ugly in a Crocs kind of way, just that's like one of those fashion things that you either get it or you don't, and personally for me it's a no. But I have grown on the look of them and I realized it's got nothing to do with the hoof feature, but it's got to do with the shape of the shoe itself. To me, that is the perfect shaped Mary Jane. Love the fact that it's flat, but it's still got that kind of tiny heel, so it's not dead flat on the ground, so you can feel every single stone you step on. But it just looks like a really good quality shoe, good quality leather, and something that you invest in and will last you forever. When I was a child, I had some really lovely Mary Jane shoes that I was completely obsessed with. I would really like to bring that back into my wardrobe. It ties into that cozy dark academia type look, which I do enjoy for the colder months. I know that if I were to find the perfect pair, they are going to be an investment. I love my platform shoes, but for some reason I prefer the flat Mary Janes over the platform looking Mary Janes, specifically the ones with a single bar over the foot. Will I get that this season? Probably not, but I can dream. And if the right pair comes along, maybe I'll invest, but I will continue to dream until that day. And then this is going more into prints. I've been thinking about what are those timeless classic prints that I want to pay more attention to and give more light in my wardrobe, those are stripe and plaid. If considering things in the thrift store, they're so timeless. They are basically neutrals, and plaid on the one hand has got such a classic like Vivienne Westwood sort of look, and then the stripes just kind of reminds me of more going back to that early 2000s emo era, Amy Lee and that sort of thing. Last but not least, just as an additional print, this is a little bit more funky, a little bit more whimsical, and that is spirals as a feature. Because this is so niche, something that I could very easily grow out of one day, I'm really only thinking about this in terms of DIYs. I'm sure you've all seen the spiral jersey, also hats, socks, stockings, t-shirt, even doing a iron-on print. I just think it's super whimsical, super cute, but not something that I'm going to go out of my way to find in a shop or anything like that. I think it is one of those things that might not be timeless. I haven't really seen anything like that in a thrift store, so I'm not gonna go actively looking for it. It'll probably be more just like a little craft project. And that concludes my autumn wish list and things that I am excited to wear and experiment with. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts. What are you excited to wear this season, whether you're in spring or also going into autumn? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you are enjoying right now. Otherwise, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already for more fashion related content. Thank you again so much for watching. If you did make it to the end, I will see you very soon. Bye.